let's see, start the project with the support to the bandsaw in the bottom. I have made these two here first in the same way as I made in the last video, exactly the same way. The one is a little shorter than the other, but we will get to why they are there. But these two I have made, and then I'll use some of this aluminium I have here. There is a scrap yard nearby here, where if you're lucky you can find some real fine aluminium. I have several of these plates here. You can see it's cut out of something, but I can use this. But I'll put that down here. I'll use a piece of this to make it. But I have cut it off here, not straight by my circular, so I still need that bandsaw, but I have to wait a little longer. But I'll square that one up first and here, so I have a nice angle to start with. And let's do that. Now I have put the vise on the mill again, and I have a 16mm end mill in here. That's just enough to take a cut over here. So I'll do that. I put a little WD-40 on here, and let's do that. Now I have a straight surface here, and I want it to be 90 degree here. So I do that trick with put it in there. And can I see if I can put that piece of copper wire in there? Yes, I need this. My end mill, I have been into something here. I think I know what it is. I can try to show you it. I was milling a piece of this, and I milled in, I think it's cut out with a plasma cutter, and it come from a scrapyard. So I milled past this here, and probably was some sand in there. That made a ding here on the end mill, but up here it's okay, so I'll use it there. have to go one more time, two cuts, but now it's there, and I'll take it off and then we'll take a look at it. Now I have a nice square piece of aluminium to start with, and I always like this here when it just fall in, but I have sitting over with the bandsaw, and here is my new scale. Really I can really use that. It's easy to get in to measure, and I need to. I hope you can see that I have drawn a line, scribed a line here and here. I need to mill this in here off to go here and here, so I have a piece with that almost like a square here. So I have a little funny setup on the mill, so I'll try to set that up and then you can see it. Yes, I have just discovered that this surface here that have a it's not straight, and it is scrapyard metal. You see it have got a big ding here, so I will I have put in my homemade fly cutter in. There is a video in where I make this, and let's try and use it again. It's a little while since I have used it, so let's see if it's still working. Look like it. In the video where I make it, there is a comment where they say I run it too fast, and that is true. In that video I run it too fast. I have slowed it a lot down, and then it is much better. You can see it making a nice surface there. So it cannot take a heavy cut, and to make a surface straight here, then that is perfect too. I can hear it is cutting. I don't know if you can hear it, but I begin to can hear when it is cutting and when it is dull or not cutting. Right, I can hear. I also see the tips are coming. I wonder if it's going to take this, or I have to take one more, but if there's a little ding in that's not matter. But let's see how it is when it's getting around there too. It is just touching here in the back. A little. That it should not do, but yes. It is not much. I can see the arcs from the cutter. It's fluid. It's not much that it is touching on the back. Try to thinking that the cutout I talked about earlier, I can make that here so that thing is disappearing. I think I'll do that. Yes, I can do that. Yes, that's the square side. When you have a just touching here, I'll let it run all the way through. But I can see both the front cut and the back cut here. So it is not much that it is touching, but it is just touching. Almost can't hear it, it's touching. Okay, I'll let it run. Here we can stop. Let's let it take the rest. Yes, now let's take it off and have a look at it. Here we have it, and I don't know if you can see that, because you can see both the back cut and the front cut, so it's not much that it is taking. But you can see I have to, it is this part here I want to use. I can turn that around here and cut, let's see, no, I can't do that. Maybe I could. I'll just think of that. I actually think I can do that, because then I just... I'll be back. If I want to turn it around, I have to have that one, the other side straight also. But I can do that with the fly cutter also. So let's do that. Now that side is also straight. I really had a lot of fun with this. If you want to build that, just go back in my videos to see how I have made it. It's not difficult to make, and I had a lot of fun with it. As I said earlier, it cannot take heavy cut, but just to do these things, to square things up, that is working perfect. So now let's try to make the other setup. Now I have fly cutted it on both sides, and let's just for fun try to take a look at. I hope you can see this. The last digit out here, that's a thousandth of a millimeter. So I'm almost speechless that I can do it. Yes, I'm amazed. I don't really understand how I can do it. It's a homemade fly cutter and not a very expensive mill. So I'm really pleased with that it's possible for me to do this. So let's get on with it. That was just a little fun. Now I have made the setup. I have started it. I don't know if you can see. I tried it, see if I could take it all in one cut, but it can't do it. So I can take 1.5 millimeter at a time, but that's max. It sounds terrible if I go any further. So, but I have time, and it's not for money I do this. So, and I enjoy it and watch it's working. So. You can see that is not the most pretty thing, but it is working. I have that as a stop when I get. You can see down there. It is stopping there, but I have to beware of stopping the power feed before I get there too, because I will have problem or else. So. But I'll try to film it. I'll show you one cut and how it is running. Now I have put 1.5 millimeter cut on here. I'll try to film it from here so you can see me working the handles. And in the middle of the cut, I'll try to put a close-up shot when we are in the middle here, and then back to when I stop. So let's try that. Yes. So that was it. Here is the setup. It is the piece of aluminium. It's actually the one over from my bandsaw, but it's also working here. You can see there is a slot in here, and I have made 2 of these. So I can put one in this side and one in this side. So I have a stop on both sides, but I only need the one with this cut here to So it is, can put that one in there, and here, there, I have the hole that want to stop. So I put that one in here. I have my, and then you can see if I come to there I have the stop, and here I have the hole. So now I can go back here and go down and take the cut, and then I'll know when I get back here to this stop there, then I'm back here. So I also, if it was a slot, I had to make one up here later, just to start and stop here in. Then I also use it. Then I use where I put it, the other one here. So I have that travel in here. But that we get into. But let's try to do this. I have put a 1.5 millimeter cut on here, and I have my stop in there. So I think I do the. I have power feed this direction, but maybe it's a short distance, so maybe I do it by hand. Let's see. See, now I'm coming up to the stop. Yeah. Now I have my brush. Now I can put and now I'm back again, and then I take 1.5 millimeter cut again. You can see here, and I'll be back when I take the last cut. Now I'm going down to the last cut, so now I'll just go a little further, so I might as well use this up here on the cover. Yes? Now that is done. Let's go over to the workbench and have a look at what the next thing will be. Now I maybe can begin to explain a little of the idea. You can see here, up and down here, is where the band is running. So then my thought is that there should be a hole in here, and then this one should run there, and the other one on the other side of the band. But because I could maybe just have made a slot, but then I can't get them in. So I have to, this one is not thick enough, maybe I can use it, I don't know, but that's just, see, it's like about that, and then a hole in here to stop it, and then I can adjust these two to hold the band. That is the idea. And back here, that's the old one. I have made a new one here with a new bearing. I don't know if I want to make a wheel over it like there is in the upper, but that's we are getting to. That's why I haven't not pressed it on yet. But we can use this. So something like that, and then up over here there will be something to hold that one. And I don't know the length of that yet. Maybe not being not longer than this, but that we see. But there's just something. Maybe I can show it on the bandsaw. Now I will end for this time. This video here will be a two-parter, maybe three, I don't know. But I want to wish you everyone a really Merry Christmas, peaceful Christmas. And I really enjoy doing this here, and I learned something of you and talked to you, some of you, so that I have a lot of fun with. And I will continue doing this next year, that is for sure. And there will also be some wood projects you can see up. I don't know if you can see, but what around my my new door there, that is not made yet. That will also be some time. And it's a while since I have had my sewing machine started up, so there's a lot of things. I have also a lot of ideas, and maybe the radio thing. But let's see what the future will bring. I'll make more videos, that's for sure. So Merry Christmas, everyone.